I've made these other announcements, so Dave, go ahead and give us your overview.
Yeah, hey, hats off to Arkansas. They played a great game. Seemed like they were in front of everything that we hit. I think didn't their pitcher have like 60 pitches through 6 innings? We had one strikeout, so we were seeing the ball well. We hit the ball right at them, and unfortunately, Brock hit a couple balls into the teeth of the wind, and I give him credit because Lanzilli's home run that was kind of the biggest pitch of the game, and their guy beat our guy, and that's all you ask when you come into the World Series, and that has to happen is you want your guy out there, and if he happens to get beat, you got to tip your cap. As the game went on, obviously you got to be able to stay in the tournament if you're gonna have a chance to move on once the game gets a little spread. See if maybe you can score some runs behind some of your backline pitching. Unfortunately, we weren't able to hold them along the way, but it's one of those days where they found the holes, and I think we hit 15, 16 balls right at an infield, so I think they did a good job of preparing for us and pitching to that preparation. Hopefully you get a chance to see them again, and we'll see on the rubber match between Arkansas and Stanford what happens there.
Okay, we'll have questions for Brock first, and we'll start up here with Thomas.
Hey, Brock, Tom Murphy, Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Can you speak to, you hit the home run off Nolan, but what was he throwing? What made him so efficient after that till he came out?
Yeah, I think he did a really good job of just staying in the zone. He has good stuff, but he threw a lot of strikes, and we, like Esky said, we hit it right at guys, and a lot of times that's just baseball. You're going to put the ball in play, and there's going to be guys there. But I think, our offense did a good job of putting the ball in play and testing their defense, and they just had really good defense today, and he was able to pound the zone.
Okay, next question for Brock. Anything? I guess Brock will let you go. Oh, okay, right here. Hold on.
Brock Andrew Hutchison, hogbeat.com. What did you get on the home run? What were you looking for? What went on there?
I came in and told Esky, I was like, I'm thinking hit and run when I hit that. Sometimes when I catch myself being a little defensive in the box, I just tell myself hit and run. So I got a swing, and then he just left the fastball a little out over the plate, and then was just able to meet it and get it over the fence.
Okay, now any more questions for Brock? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
In and out.
We'll start questions here. If you have any other needs for players, remember that the locker rooms are always closed to all members of the media. But just check with Tyler back there if you have any other requests for Stanford players. Okay?
Kendall
Yeah.
Rogers, D1
Yeah.
Baseball. Dave, you and I have talked so many times about, you seeing these guys early this year around Rock, and granted it's just one game, but what are you kind of seeing from Arkansas a little differently than what you saw over those 3 games earlier in the year, because they've kind of been a different team these last 3 weeks?
Yeah, obviously they're not hitting to their numbers at this point, right? I mean, they're just playing better baseball, right? And I thought they played really good defense today, and kind of got the best of us today, but it probably was kind of the opposite in Round Rock, where I think they hit some balls right at us, and just a little baseball. And I give them credit. That swing by Lanzilli was a big swing, and trying to hold it close there, weren't able to do that. And then game gets away from you some as you go to that backline pitching to kind of stay in the tournament. But hey, we played at the same field, and we could talk a lot. I thought Brock squared up a couple balls that on a normal day could go, but they hit a couple home runs regardless too. So it's tough to say that our balls didn't travel and theirs did.
Okay, Mike.
Michael Presti, NCAA.com. When your at-bats are going so quickly there through the middle innings, are you concerned at all that your guy isn't getting much rest? And I mean, he's off, and then in 2 seconds he's got to be back out there on a hot day.
Yeah, a little bit. That's why I didn't mind that challenge. I think it gave him a little bit of rest while they had to go check the videotape. But yeah, it was moving quick, and it's tough to kind of rein back your offense when you haven't been a take team for most of the year, and it was just strange to see how quickly within 3 pitches he was getting us out. But we easily could have put some hits on the board and created some innings too, but we weren't able to do that. And I give him credit. He was able to pitch to the zone and get us out, and it seemed like 3 pitches or less, and kind of keep running those innings together. And we weren't able to kind of get guys on base and lengthen out the time of the innings.
Okay.
Mitch Kutcher, CWS 247. Coach, what's your message to the team after a loss like that going into Monday?
Well, you got to flush it for one, right? It's got to be quick, and I mean that's unfortunate. That's not what you want the country to see. The team we haven't been that team, but you get into the College World Series, the Final Eight, and you get trying to stay in the tournament because you're trying to squeeze every drop you can out of your pitching staff. And but I think hey, we'll come back and play a good game the next game. We've been playing with our backs up against the wall for some time now. It seems like we played our best when that's the case, but. You really can't let them, as hard as it would be, you can't let them worry about that or feel like that's their defining moment of the season. It's just one of those you gotta flush. I think I remember coming out here as the number one team my sophomore year, and I think we were the number one seed in Miami just rolled us 17-3, and I think they ended up winning the national title that year too.
Okay, Tom?
Coach, what'd you think of Alex's start today?
I don't think he didn't come out of the gate strong, but I think he kind of battled and found a little bit of a groove, and then again just came down to that one pitch where hey, their guy just beat him. Lanzilli hits that changeup. Alex has been our best guy all year, and you can't say much other than when their guy beats our best guy, you gotta tip your cap, and we were hoping that our offense could support him a little better than that, but. Connor Nolan was on today, and their defense was set well, and they just did a good job of preparing their guys, coaching it through, and then executing.
Okay, please remember to give your name and affiliation. Any more questions for Dave? Okay, here in the back. Can't see.
Matt Jones, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Coach, did Arkansas surprise you at all with how aggressive they were early in the counts? Because that's not necessarily been their game plan all year.
I don't think so. When you face Alex Williams, who doesn't walk a lot of guys, he's known for throwing strikes. You're going to get some teams that are going to try to get him early. He's going to have to establish his secondary stuff and try to keep you off balance and again, stay one pitch ahead of you. He seemed to hit a little bit of a groove there, but I think in that one inning, like I said, Lanzilli hit a changeup that, that's his pitch, and if he's able to hit his pitch, he got the best of him there. But the fact that they were aggressive, I think that was, a product of the fact that Alex just throws a lot of strikes, and I think you can afford to be aggressive in the count. And I think he was able to get some strikeouts early. I think he had 6 strikeouts in 4 1/3, so he was putting some guys away. It just came down to some at bats they ran a base hit, a walk, I think, and a home run.
Okay, any more questions for Dave? I guess not, and we'll see you on
All right.
Monday afternoon.
Okay.
Thank you.